Welcome to Pick Central. It's myself, Smitty, and Big Ev. Again, I want to shout out 47. I'm just wearing a Hornets hat today. And you're wearing a Knicks hat. This Hornets hat, I don't even know what it is.
Corduroy.
It's corduroy, but I don't know. There's like some bleeding or some shit on the top. I don't know what it is.
Nice hat.
I love it. Two topics right off the bat. Yesterday, they're zooming in on it. You see that sucker?
That was good.
Details.
Look at that, Dukes.
All about
That Dukes look at Dukesy over there.
Man, the blood of Larry Johnson and Muggsy Boogs. Right on a hat.
First, Clemmer was hashtag Clemmer yesterday was so funny. Just like the world, I want somebody that's not like is on Twitter but is not like a Barstool fan, and just like, why is hashtag Clemmer and Jim Tomei trending? Like, why is this happening? And I want the first thing that Clemmer to see be like, his first thing that happens, like, bro, you were trending for a whole day, like the whole world was behind you, and him have no idea why. It was because he was so boring.
Well, we were talking about today a little bit how the bomb is going to get dropped on him, if you will.
Yeah.
Like what way? And I was told I won't say what's going to happen just for the sake of surprise.
I would like you to tell me after.
It's good.
Me too.
I liked it. There was part of me that I thought would be. Well, actually, I didn't want to say what my idea was. Just relieve the surprise. But
yeah,
I was told the way it's going to get revealed.
And you liked it?
I don't mind it.
Okay.
I
don't like your response to that, but I would like it.
Mine was probably more like harsh, but I think maybe would have been like funnier. I don't know. I think the idea is good though. I think the idea is good.
Yeah, but
the idea actually it might be better, to be honest.
Hey, credit to Dave. Is he being a dick? Probably. But Clemmer was trending.
Yeah, like that's the thing.
Clemmer
like,
was trending. Like you can't argue.
Can Dave be a dick? Yeah, of course. But this stream is doing nothing if this doesn't happen. You know, like I love Clemmer.
Would it be doing as much as it is now socially?
That's what I mean.
No, I don't think so. But his descent into madness, I think, would be more interesting, and that was the point of the stream.
But he's not going that crazy.
He's not, because he is crazy to do it in the first place.
The backstage stuff is so goddamn funny of
he's
him
sleeping.
Did you see the Jack Nicholson?
But he's not just sleeping.
Time out. I don't think you guys saw this. I got to pull it up.
He's not just sleeping.
Did you guys see? He's
That's
not
fake news.
It's fake news, but he is sleeping a shit ton.
He is,
but
it's a 24-hour stream. You have to stream.
I am with you. I'm with you. I felt really bad until Clemmer was trending worldwide, like number one. But there was until that I was like, all right, like.
You know how many wars are going on right now in this world, and Chris Clemmer is trending worldwide.
LinkedIn went down and Clemmer's stream went down yesterday, and Clemmer was trending worldwide. But there's a Jack Nicholson stand-up where he's doing Johnny Carson to Jack Nicholson by himself, and he's like pretending to be Jack Nicholson, and he's like, "Who's watching this shit anyways? This man's just napping all day." Like, I gotta find it.
That's the thing I think is being misconstrued. That people are like, "Oh, like this is like torture." It's still being filmed. And anything that's anything that's
and he
will get posted.
Been doing it anyway.
Exactly.
The people that need to be in the know about him are in the know. Like he's fine.
Yeah, he has like multiple people monitoring him. It's not like I think people had the misconception when the stream was cut that he was just like locked in there by himself with no
food.
And he has people watching him around the clock.
And I do agree with Dave's point. If Dave doesn't want it on the main channel and all across Barstool, then it's not on there.
This is the best thing that could have happened to him.
I agree.
Dave has an incredible way of where like it's Jack Robbie said it's almost like a WWE kind of thing where it's like it like borders the line of like real and like not real, but it is like we're in the real world, but it's also like this where he's like bagging on you, but him bagging on you is also like putting his spotlight on it at the same time.
Yeah, but also
like almost telling you how the sausage is made a little bit, and it's all like organic at the same time.
It's very organic. But you say it's the best thing to ever happen to Clemmer until Clemmer's not able to dig it out. When Dave gets so angry at Clemmer's like popularity, it's gonna be tough.
But by that point, but that'll be good for him. Like and even. It's kind of like we talked about with the Rico thing where, like, him always going at Rico, like, that's why Rico, like, not Rico's talented, but I'm saying that's part of what's made him, like, huge, is that Dave is always like talking about him. He's always in that spotlight for better or for worse. But getting that spotlight is huge. Like Dave talks about it. It's like if you're just a person who's here and like he's not really talking about you like ever, unless you're like a big brand, like that's usually not like great.
Yeah, the Portnoy bump is a real thing for sure.
The when Dave calls them the Clemaholics,
makes
me laugh every time. The Clemaholic, it'll be talked on an unnamed show, so we don't want to talk about it too much more because I want to talk about last night really fast. But the Clemmer, listen, tomorrow is going to be an electric day no matter what. 2 o'clock tomorrow is going to be.
I said now it's going to be incredibly highly anticipated for the moment that he finds out.
How many people do you think are watching the last hour? Or the last 10 minutes?
If they go live the last hour, I think a shit ton of people will
55K.
I was going to say over 30K.
I think a fuck ton of people will tune in.
I think 55K.
Way more concurrence that he had just like
100%. Because that's the. So how many do you think you would have had if Dave didn't do anything? I still think it would have been over 15K.
I think it would have been like 7.
You don't think so?
So there was just only the way that consistent like 1 to 2K. I don't think it would have.
It bumps up though.
But I think just I don't know. Maybe I think it might have bumped up a little, like just him leaving. But I think putting the spotlight on it. I think that's gonna like. Yeah.
He also
like 5 to 10 exit.
He also like I think that like we talked about this during the week. It's just the way that he went about the stream too. The first 2 days was
infuriating.
It was infuriating. This is also big win for Kelly Keegs. If he just counted the fucking rice like Kelly Keegs demanded, the stream would be up probably.
That's the catch-22 of all. Like I was critical. I was like, I think that was like his downfall, but that ended up being why it's going to be so. Like him not doing it ended up being the best thing because it led to Dave putting his fingers on it and him trending worldwide and all this now.
Yeah. I felt really bad. What's the Vince McMahon?
Yeah, it's anti-catch-22.
What's the Vince McMahon line that Dave likes to use where it's like you think you know. I know what you want better than you know what you want.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
True. Which is like fucked. Like I felt really bad, but I was like, it probably like Clemmer in 2. It's not going to be right away, but like in a couple months, Clemmer will realize that maybe.
No, I think he'll realize. I think within like a day or two, he'll realize.
Clemmer is phenomenal. Clemmer is very smart and he's very self-aware.
He's also really stubborn though too.
He also is really stubborn.
But I think
he is.
He might be. He will probably be angry at first. But I think when he give him like 24 hours, 48 hours to realize like the amount of support and rally that people got behind him because of it. Once he's able to because think about it, his phone's gonna be crazy when he gets out.
Yeah.
Just sifting through like everything that's happened. Like once he's able to kind of like process it and give it a couple days, and I think he'll by that time be like this. It was great.
A little behind the scenes,
huge success.
Quickly, when we were talking about this stream, because I was gonna help Vivs, but then Vivs kind of just took it over. We were talking about it with him. He said no to so many things because he was like, "I'm doing this for me. Like I got to get through this 100 hours. Like I'm doing it. Like if you want to do it, you do it." We're like, "I don't want to do it," and so he was so stubborn during that, and we're like, no one actually do this. Like these conversations were happening in person to him.
See, and those are the things that I knew, and that's why I didn't think it was me in real time.
Yeah,
because he signed up for all this, and then him doing like any challenges, he would quit in 2 minutes.
And he can get out, and there's a blanket covering the door. He can walk out.
He can just leave. Like no one's like he is not locked in there, thrown away in the key, and there's no one watching him.
This is a clip.
This is Dave. Dave tweeted this like 30 minutes ago.
Away my old blog. I'm gonna write a new blog where I demand the keys. We have the keys. We can do some cool stuff potentially. Leaving me in here with 4 potentially interesting things to do, with no plan to do them, is madness.
Then quit.
I'm never going to quit. Oh, no way. Absolutely not. Well, I am not quitting. I am here until tomorrow at 2 p.m. 0% chance of quitting. I will rally the people.
He's known the time the entire.
Rally together. Let's get those keys. I'm going to write a new blog right now.
Like
that's impressive.
I think it's.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Let's rally the people. Let's get those keys.
I feel like
there's no idea the people are rallying, brother. You have no idea.
I think it's rallying because of the food situation. Like I guess if you're getting a bagel, it's morning time.
But I think it's the same time every day. So 3 times a day he basically knows the exact time.
Today was Viv's plan was to give him all meals at once today, and then he would never know. But then obviously this all happened. Real fast, I went to Seton Hall last night with.
You guys got a ton of. I watched the game. You guys got a lot of airtime.
With Frank the Tank. A lot of airtime.
They came back from a commercial, and it was just full frontal on the Tank.
Anytime there was stoppage, cameras on Frank the Tank. Like I was along for the ride. It was incredible. I shout out Seton Hall. Like they treated us like we were Leo on the floor. We were Spike Lee at the Knicks.
Tank, you are, brother.
The Tank got right in. Right when you come up, our names are on the seats. They're not real seats. They just put seats on the fucking floor for
Just for him.
Seton Hall is a class act. Like, also, people forget Frank's grandfather, his first cousin, Monsignor Edward Fleming, was the president of Seton Hall.
Monsignor
What? He was the president of Seton Hall.
Edward Fleming.
He was inducted in the Hall of Fame, 1986. Monsignor Edward Fleming was
why he's a Seton Hall fan.
And that's why he's a Seton Hall fan. But like, dude, Seton Hall would.
Wait, what year?
1986.
No, he got inducted to the Hall of Fame in 1986. So I don't know.
Wait.
Let's look up Monsignor Edward Fleming.
Way back.
But we got in. They were like, "Hey, you guys want waters? You want drinks? You want food? Anything?" They gave us waters. Some people were like, after the game, one of the guys was like, "Hey, just stay in your seats. The guys want to come over and say hello." They win, and then all of a sudden, fucking all the players come over. Where's Tank? Where's Frank the Tank? Dapping all of us up. I was like, my brother's went to Seton Hall. He's like, I was at these games when 40 people were here because we were so bad, and now I'm sitting courtside with people yelling Frank the Tank. Like, bro, the way they treated us was so good. Frank said 4 words during the game and was so happy, clapping, just enjoying a basketball game. I've never seen him so happy and so just relaxed. So shout out Jenks and Frank for bringing me. It was literally like one of the coolest experiences. And let me tell you, I will go back to any Seton Hall game they want me to go to. It was awesome.
I was watching the game. I was thinking in real time. I was like, honestly, the happiest person I was there was for Nicky Mush.
Nicky Mush was
Nicky Mush was courtside at his alma mater.
He was
taking in a big time game. Both teams needed it to probably hit the tournament.
Yes.
Seton Hall might have just locked themselves in the tournament with that W. Probably. They're probably. I would say you think safe probably now.
I think they're safe right now.
I think even if they lose the first round game to St. John's or
they have to
whoever.
They have DePaul next, so they need to beat DePaul.
Yeah. As long as they beat DePaul, I think they'll.
Nicky Mush, let me tell you, we sat in the garage for 45 minutes after. He wouldn't drive. He goes, I can't. I'm so happy. I can't believe that was.
I knew that.
45. I said, Nick, get the fuck out of the garage.
Shout out Nick.
He was so happy. But yeah, shout out Seton Hall. They literally were incredible. Every 2 seconds, you guys okay? And one of my brother's friends was behind us, and he was like, are they asking if you're okay? You guys are, what the fuck's going on? It was incredible. Not real life. All right.
Wait, I just saw this really quick. I was trying to look for Seton Hall. This is an incredible quote, because Houston won the Big 12 last night, right?
Yeah.
This is from March 2023. These are also enemies of the program, but I don't care. It's funny.
You know, honestly, I feel sorry for them. I have no idea what they're getting. I'm telling the hardest league I've ever. Yeah.
First year, Houston goes into the hardest conference and wins the Big 12.
Yeah, listen, I was. Said they were.
Marty Mush kind of said the same thing.
I said they were overrated. They because they lost their first game in it, and then they just have been unbelievable. They won't win the championship, but still, that's
so easy to say.
I know.
They probably will.
I said it's a hard.
Now I will place a future. The only thing going against you is Rico loves them.
That's
the only thing going
also,
against that comment.
Yeah,
exactly. But Rico's put a lot of bad voodoo and reverse jinx
on. Is he a fan of St. John's now?
No, he's put a lot of should I put a future on St. John's?
Yeah, he's got probably 14 futures too. But yeah, last night Seton Hall, huge win for them. Iowa State ended up winning, correct?
Yeah, late. They were losing the whole game. BYU was good, man.
Yes.
BYU, they were winning most of the game and kind of blew it at the end. But Iowa State on the road is a really tough game. I mean, they're going to be a 2 seed probably. BYU, I think, is legitimately dangerous in the tournament. I like the way they're built. I love their big man,
Khalifa.
Yeah, he's a beast. And they got shooters real. They got a ton of good 3-point shooters. I like the way they're just constructed, like tournament wise as well.
I could not agree more. But at the same time, the amount of fucking games I've seen this year where BYU is beating a really good team by 16, 15 points, that's a team that no lead is ever safe, and no lead for them is ever safe.
Yeah.
They let every fucking team get back into it. And same way with them, like they'll even with at home against Houston for them, Houston was up big, they came back, made it close.
Yeah, they did it. At Kansas, they did the same thing.
It's just crazy.
Like the whole game, and they just won at the end.
Also, Monsignor Edward Fleming was the reason why Seton Hall's team was saved. Like, basketball team was about to be cut from the Seton Hall.
That's absolutely incredible.
Monsignor Fleming Edwards. Edward Fleming is the reason why Seton Hall was
ahead of his time. I mean, that basketball team's like the school's literally identity.
Everything.
Also, Jersey, too, is just just a gritty, like, basketball.
Yeah, they got nothing else. They don't have football. Seton Hall.
Were you with us when me and Rico, we went to that Seton Hall, Texas game?
No, I didn't go to that one.
I was there.
Duke was there. I remember being there, and it was just funny, like, seeing all, like, the true, like, Seton Hall alums, just, like, salty Jersey dudes, just, like, 6-year-old guys from Jersey just yelling at the refs with accents.
Yeah.
I loved it. I just loved it.
We're going to, like...
Can I play this? This is just a St. John's Rico clip, just so we can all be on the same page. This was 2 weeks ago.
Look at that still.
Well, you're a grudge guy, and you like to dunk on people all the time. Like, I'm right to be taking the victory lap on St. John's, correct?
Yeah. There's nothing better in life than being a hater.
I'm just right. I don't know if I'm a hater, but I mean, all they did in June was like, we won the portal. We won the portal.
Put that on your tombstone.
We're relevant right now. Final Four, this and that. Like, yo, you're not making the tournament. I said it's only a 6-year plan. You're already now. But I mean, all they did in June was like, we won the portal. We won the portal. We're relevant right now. Final Four, this and that. Like, yo, you're not making the tournament.
I would imagine that
put that on my tombstone.
A little before a Creighton game.
Yeah, like, bro, that's what? He's so like, you can't take a victory lap ever till it's done.
I'm still writing that clip, by the way. I just want to point that out.
I agree with that. But he's just like, I don't get it. His stance is like they're not going to be good in 6 years. No, like, why can't they be happy now?
Literally, like
making the tournament.
One dude he knows in Staten Island said they'd make the Final Four, and he ran with this narrative like everyone was saying.
Nobody.
Literally, no one was
saying
that.
They said Final Four potential. Everyone still is.
Everyone was saying if they made the tournament, it would be like a big win for them year one.
Yeah.
So short show. I just wanted to address this.
Oh shit! I
forgot.
forgot.
Talk about it on Tuesday a lot. According to Tyler Sullivan at CBS Sports, Saquon Barkley has 3 potential landing spots: the Texans, which is what we talked about, the Bengals, and the Philadelphia Eagles.
If he goes to the Eagles, I will not be okay.
That's what Smitty said
anywhere
the
else,
other day, and I said the same thing.
I will not be okay. I seriously can't see. I will throw up on his jersey.
It would just be, listen, business is business.
No.
There would be a point in time that I would come back around on Saquon Barkley. I love you, Saquon. But if you sign with the Eagles, I'd be heartbroken.
I'm going to be honest.
I'd be heartbroken.
I don't care if he comes back or goes anywhere. Like,
I do.
He didn't accomplish anything here. He was just a good player.
Meeks, that's
he's a good player.
Like anybody?
There's nothing like being
That's the guy that says being a hater.
We had one good Giants team with him.
Yeah, but it's also like he was the best part of our team.
Was carrying
Our team
us on
sucked.
his back.
Doesn't matter. He's the best part of it.
Yeah, wow, the best part of a 4-win team.
Yeah, Meek knows ball.
He's going.
This is where times where Meek pays attention so much, but doesn't know anything at the same time.
What was your favorite Saquon Barkley memory with the Giants?
Probably the touchdowns he scored in the playoff game we won. That'd be one.
I mean, yeah.
But you're saying it like you're saying it like he's a running back. Like he played great ball for us.
I never said he was bad.
Like it's not his fault. The team around him was horrific.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, in terms of Giants memories, I don't think of him like.
I agree. Sean
Alexander. I would say
just
all. I mean, his rookie year was just all like. His rookie year was incredible.
I have better.
All the big plays he's made, like the time that he like. He's been like the only bright spot on the team for like half a decade, basically.
Yeah, it's just easier to forget those.
I think you could make the argument that Brandon Jacobs is a better running back than Saquon Barkley.
He's more memorable.
I agree.
So he'll go down as a more like legendary giant for sure. But
I think
that's because he won Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's my point. I have fonder memories of Brandon Jacobs, Hakeem Nicks, Amon
Bradshaw.
Bradshaw.
I think when you're thinking of someone that could pass out of the backfield, catch out of the backfield, run up the gut, like Ahmad Bradshaw is definitely better better than
So,
Saquon.
but if I'm talking
sucks.
like my top 10 favorite Giants of all time, Saquon doesn't even crack that.
But the
Ron
thing
Dane,
is,
Gary Brown.
like it's a guy and how he plays, even if
How's he on rusher?
sucks.
I'm okay with it. I don't think. Okay, let's say we have Saquon. I don't think it affects us either way.
I think it definitely makes us better.
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely better with him.
I think
than
we're
without
probably a
him, for sure.
5-1 team with him, probably a 5-1 team without
I
him.
don't-
You are so goaded.
Yeah, honestly, it's hard. He wins, you know.
Yeah,
You
so
win.
I mean, he could run for 5,000 yards and score 100 touchdowns.
I dare him to run for 5,000 yards.
He's going to the Texans. Like the Eagles, they should not.
Well, no,
I'm putting it out there right now. Unless it's an extremely team-friendly running back deal, he should not come to the Eagles. It's way too much cap
No, the Eagles will sign him and then still not run him every time.
Well, that too.
They'll just have what's his name?
I don't know. New offensive system.
If you sign
Center.
if you're signing Saquon to what I imagine is going to be like $10 million a year plus, you're feeding him the ball
Listen,
quite a
I
bit.
also know like DeAndre Swift's not even close to Saquon, but DeAndre Swift was the best running back on that team last year and did not get the most carries.
Well, he did.
true, but
I mean,
I
maybe
did-
got the most, but
He did, but he
barely
should've been.
didn't get enough.
Saquon's a,
I know.
He's
Not what
as
he
in
used to be.
McCaffrey's a unicorn. He's like, I think McCaffrey's in a league of his own. Saquon's in like the next tier for sure. I would say probably close to the top of that. I mean, there's not many more dynamic running backs than him, literally besides probably CMC.
I also totally disagree with what Meek just said. Like he's lost a step or whatever.
He's not what he used to be.
CMC kind of got the same talk. It's just when you're on a bad team and you can run for
Okay, but he didn't have
Let me
ACL
talk.
injuries. No, let me talk. He didn't have ACL.
McCaffrey's been injured
there.
a lot.
Yes,
McCaffrey's been
and it's like when a good running back goes to a good team and the eyes are on him, it's like, oh wait, that good running back is actually
People
good.
cannot separate good from like their success only becomes from like winning at all. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like, you can be 1,000-yard rusher for for 10 years or 15,000, whatever it is. Like if your team sucks, you suck. That's just what fans do no matter what. And I understand it because like it's almost like I'm trying to think of like Gonzaga kind of.
I mean, no, literally.
I don't know. Barry Sanders had some pretty remarkable years for a shitty team.
Facts, but he took a really shitty team to the playoffs, right?
Like twice.
Almost like
Once,
single-handedly.
Twice.
Almost like single-handedly.
Like I don't even know if they won a playoff game.
Kind of like how Saquon did.
All right, Saquon and Barry Sanders.
I mean, as Meek says, Jones was very average, did nothing. The offense had to come from somewhere.
The greatest game of his life. That's all.
And the offense had to come from somewhere. Saquon carried that team. He carried the offense.
I mean, we used to have standards as franchise. We used to celebrate Super Bowls. Now we celebrate beating Kirk Cousins in the playoffs.
we're not. But see, there's
Don't celebrate anything.
It's the difference between celebrating and just giving like any sort of.
Did you
credit to
jerk off in your bed
individual
when the Knicks
player.
won the first round of the playoffs?
Yes, because that meant something to me.
Dude, this is so backwards.
Honestly, Phil, good for you.
What did you do during the World Series run when you guys lost?
I told this story before. The day after we lost, I had class the next day, and I didn't go. I went on campus, and I just slept on a couch for 5 hours.
Why on the couch?
Dude, I would love.
Because I just needed somewhere to lay down.
Where'd you go to school?
John Jay College.
Wait,
so,
I played them.
yeah.
I would love to see Meek in like high school.
Were you going to John Jay to like be a cop?
No, computer science.
That's like John Jay's like a.
Well, I
Cop
got
school.
into college. I didn't really care.
Did you finish?
Yeah, I did my 5 years.
Six,
In my stint.
six gang.
Jesus.
He got his doctorate.
Yeah, you did your
I got my
Vinci,
computer science
my
degree.
6-year bachelor degree.
Before we do our picks really fast, so next week is conference championship, and also it's free agency for NFL starts, right?
Yes.
Do you think big splashes happen right away? Or do you think like Cousins, Fields, all that shit? Because Fields, I think the temperature I'm getting on Fields is that the trade market is not as hot as they thought.
Well, I think they need to wait for these quarterbacks to get signed, and then it'll heat up. I think that's a product of like Kirk Cousins and Baker and like Russell. Like I think those three guys are like being out there as free agents. I think once like those things get settled, then it'll be more like I think that'll be more like around like closer to the draft.
Giants should sign Boyd, by the way.
Or Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
Also, too, with the free agent thing, there's with all the guys who got a franchise tag, there's low-key not like a ton of besides like the running backs. There's not a ton of like huge names that are real free agents.
And Tyler Boyd, yeah, he's great when he has Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Joe Mixon.
He was solid before then, but I feel like he's getting a little
He's
older
a
now.
very. He's like what Steve Smith was for you guys.
Steve. Well, for 1 year he was.
For 1 year he broke the franchise record, but I mean,
great.
a possession type slot.
Yeah.
receiver who
but
I mean, I was not going to be your franchise.
I loved him at
No,
Pitt.
he's
Like
not.
I was like at college.
We just
I was a big fan of his.
we're gonna hopefully draft a wide receiver.
I think we are. That's where our number one's going.
With him, just add. We need anybody, and I think Boyd is. someone
Boyd's a
that
great player, but Boyd will get you 6 catches for 70 yards every game.
We need that. That
we
would be
haven't
our
had
leading
that.
receiver.
We literally haven't
is
had
our-
that.
You had Richie James.
That- 'cause he's-
We
he's Super Bowl winner now,
pair
right?
we pair whoever we drafted 6
Was Richie
with
good?
Wendell Robinson.
Richie was on the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, he's a Super Bowl
Yeah,
champion.
Super Bowl
He
champion.
is. Him and Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius Toney, his
Kadarius.
back-to-back rings. Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
We need a tight end with Darren Waller retiring.
He's not retiring.
He might.
He might.
If you're talking about,
I'm over Darren Waller.
I'm also like he was never anything to me.
no, I agree. I'm saying
Like-
if you're talking about retirement,
It's a great
you're probably
Raider.
retiring.
Yeah, I mean he's just old. He's just
He's just nothing to me. He barely played.
He was arguably the second or third best tight end in the game when he
was for a point.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I want Boyd just somebody get it going.
I want defense. I want need some more corners. We definitely need.
Bills just released their entire team.
Yeah, they have
Broncos
no
just
money.
released their all-pro safety.
Yeah, Simmons.
Yeah, it's great.
Xavier Howard's out there.
A lot of defensive guys got
Yeah,
released.
Tre'Davious White. Some good secondary players that are out in the mix. Chris Jones. I think with them tagging Snead, I feel like they'll get something done with Chris Jones. They'll give him a huge contract.
All right, let's do it's 11:30, so let's do our picks. Big Ev, what do you got?
I am on UCLA +9. That's the pick of the day.
Did you win your one yesterday?
Now lost Miami. I said I quit them.
I had them too.
I said I quit them weeks ago, and then yesterday I was like, you know what, this is the spot. And they just Nigel Pack got hurt, which really hurt.
Yeah.
They just died in the second half. But UCLA +9, that's the play. Against Arizona at home.
12:30. I'm falling for the trap. I don't care. I'm doing it. South Alabama -2.5 against an 8-23 Georgia Southern. Obviously, the play is +2.5 Georgia Southern, but I'm not. I'm sometimes you got to take those. I'm going Murray State -2.5 against Missouri State. I'm gonna go Pepperdine. I'm sorry. I'm going Pacific +9.5 against Pepperdine. I'm also on UCLA. Rutgers +9.5, and then I had one more. Where is that? Washington +6. I'm sorry, Washington State -6.5. Smitty.
A hockey play I love. We'll see what Mr. Ice is on tonight, but Flames Lightning over 6.5. You get almost a pick 'em right now -105, as well as Indian Wells Kotov tennis +2.5 games -120.
I got Georgia Southern, South Alabama over 152.5, and big play, all business trip this weekend. I'm gonna face fuck this guy.
Okay.
This is. I'm going to Dayton tomorrow. We're playing VCU. This is if we lose tomorrow.
From hell, Dukes. Let them know.
Yeah.
When the Flyers win,
I'm going to aggressively face fuck this guy.
Is this a video?
No, it's just a picture.
All right. I'd like to watch the video again at one point. Not
I'm
today,
gonna face fuck him tomorrow, and then I'm gonna face fuck him in Brooklyn.
Let's go.
God willing.
I have no plays tonight, but however, I do like my OKC first seed future with Karl Anthony Towns now being out the rest of the regular season, looking better for me.
Nice, Phil.
There you go, Meek. Is that official? He's out for the rest of the regular season?
Indefinitely.
Definitely tired.
Indefinitely.
Meniscus, yeah.
All right, the unnamed show is up now. We'll see you tomorrow.